Most people want to change their lives, but they never change their habits. They dream of becoming stronger, calmer, more focused. Yet every morning they wake up and fall into the same cycle of distraction, comfort, and excuses. Deep down, they wonder why discipline feels impossible, why motivation fades, why their goals always stay just out of reach. But here's the truth. Discipline isn't something you wait for. It's something you build, and when you build it relentlessly, quietly, without asking for permission or applause. People won't understand you. They'll call you obsessed. They'll say you're extreme. Some may even think you're crazy. What they don't realize is that you are simply choosing a life they don't have the courage to choose. A life guided by focus, clarity, and inner strength. Today, you'll discover 6 Stoic truths that will help you become so disciplined, so steady, so unstoppable, that the world won't know how to categorize you anymore, only respect you. 1. The silence of discipline makes people uneasy. There is a strange reaction people have when they realize you're no longer moved by the things that move them. When you stop talking about your plans and simply execute. When you stop announcing your goals and quietly work. When you say no without guilt. When you choose focus over noise. When you choose improvement over entertainment. Suddenly, you're not normal anymore. You're distant, cold, or too intense. But nothing is wrong with you. They're just not used to someone who lives with intention. Most people rely on validation to stay motivated. They need applause before they take the first step. They need reassurance before they make a move. They need someone to tell them they're doing well. But discipline builds itself in the dark. It grows in silence. It expands when no one is watching. And that's what unsettles people. They cannot measure you, cannot predict you, cannot place you in the familiar categories they understand. Stoics knew this long ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the person who acts from principle, not from praise, becomes untouchable. When you move quietly, you remove every weakness that others use to influence you. There is nothing to distract, nothing to criticize, nothing to manipulate. Your silence becomes a wall they cannot climb. Think about the last time you were fully committed to something, a fitness routine, a personal project, a career shift. Remember how surprisingly uncomfortable it made some people. They joked that you were obsessed. They questioned why you were trying so hard. But the truth is simpler. Your discipline reminded them of their neglect. Your focus highlighted their avoidance. Your consistency exposed their excuses. People fear mirrors that reflect what they are not yet willing to confront. This is why silence is so powerful. It frees you from needing recognition and forces others to face their own choices. The less you speak about what you're doing, the more energy you save for actually doing it. The more you remove yourself from meaningless conversations, the more mental clarity you gain. And the more you choose solitude over noise, the faster your life begins to transform. Stoic discipline is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not need attention. It grows like roots, underground, unseen, but unshakable. And when the results finally appear, people won't understand how you changed so much. They'll tell stories, create theories, search for shortcuts, but the truth is quiet. You simply chose to be consistent when others chose to be comfortable. Today, give yourself permission to be misunderstood. Let people think what they want. Choose the silent path. Choose the work no one sees. Choose the routine no one claps for. Because in a world addicted to noise, your quiet discipline will feel like power. And it is. 2. Discipline turns you into someone no one can keep up with. There comes a moment in every disciplined person's journey when the gap between them and everyone else quietly widens. It doesn't happen in one dramatic leap. It happens in small, almost invisible ways. Early mornings when others are still asleep, choosing the harder option when others take shortcuts, staying focused when others wander, returning to the mission while others seek comfort. Over time, the difference becomes so large that people start labeling you as obsessed, extreme, or crazy. But what they're really seeing is their own stagnation contrasted against your momentum. Most people live by emotion. If they feel lazy, they skip the work. If they feel stressed, they avoid the challenge. If they feel discouraged, they drop the goal entirely. They wait for motivation as if motivation is some divine force that chooses who to visit. But discipline doesn't rely on feeling. Discipline relies on identity. It asks a simple question, who are you becoming? And then it aligns your actions with that answer, whether you feel like it or not. Epictetus taught that we control our actions, not the results. This idea is both humbling and liberating. It means you stop chasing outcomes and start mastering consistency. You stop obsessing over how fast progress comes and start obsessing over showing up. And when you commit to this level of consistency, your trajectory becomes so steady, so reliable, that people lose track of how you keep advancing while they remain trapped in the same patterns. Picture someone who trains every day, not to show off, not to post online, not for applause. They train because it's who they are. They read daily, not for praise, but for clarity. They protect their time, not out of selfishness, but out of purpose. They choose long-term gain over short-term pleasure. At first, people admire them, then they grow uncomfortable, and eventually they resent the discipline they cannot replicate. This resistance from others isn't personal. It's psychological. When someone is consistent, they reveal uncomfortable truths. Effort matters. Excuses cost you. Comfort weakens you. Watching someone who refuses to break their routine makes others aware of how easily they break theirs. Your discipline becomes a mirror, and not everyone enjoys their reflection. But this is also where your power begins. When you cultivate discipline, you gain something rare. Predictability of self. You know you'll show up. You know you'll push through. You know you'll do the difficult work even on bad days. This reliability compounds over weeks, months, and years until your life looks unrecognizable compared to those who rely on moods and impulses. 1% a day doesn't feel like much, but 1% daily improvement multiplies your life by 37 times in a year. That's the math of discipline. Tiny decisions, repeated consistently, create exponential change. Most people never experience this because they quit before momentum forms. You don't, so keep going. Let them misunderstand your commitment. Let them joke. Let them call you too serious. One day, they'll ask how you built a life they can't even imagine. And the answer will be simple. You became so disciplined that falling behind was the only option they had. 3. Rejecting comfort makes your discipline. Look extreme to others. We live in a world that worships comfort, warm showers, instant food, endless entertainment, anything that keeps discomfort far away. People don't just prefer comfort. They depend on it. They chase it, protect it, and panic when it's taken away. So when you voluntarily choose discomfort, when you intentionally step into challenge, when you train your mind instead of indulging it, people stare. They don't understand why you would do something so unnecessary, so intense, so crazy. But Stoics knew a timeless truth. Comfort weakens you. Discomfort builds you. Every time you choose the harder path, you sharpen a part of your character that most people let rust. Every time you resist the easy option, you grow a piece of strength they never touch. And every time you embrace discomfort, you access a world of discipline most people will never experience. Look at society. People avoid anything slightly uncomfortable. Awkward conversations, difficult workouts, delayed gratification, changing bad habits. They cling to what feels good right now, even when it destroys their long-term well-being. So when you say no to comfort, you become a disruption to their worldview. You become a reminder that growth requires friction, improvement requires resistance, excellence requires sacrifice. Seneca warned that comfort softens the soul. He advised practicing voluntary hardship, not because suffering is noble, but because it prepares you for life. When you intentionally expose yourself to controlled discomfort, you become unshakable during real adversity. When others panic, you stay calm. When others quit, you adapt. When others collapse, you endure. That is the unseen power of discipline forged through challenge. Think about your own life. Notice how every breakthrough you've ever had, every moment of pride, strength, or clarity came after doing something difficult. It was never after choosing the easy route. It was after confronting what scared you, after pushing through a tough routine, after resisting a temptation, after doing what most people refuse to do. Discomfort is not punishment. It is training. It is the gym for your mind. It is the forge of identity. It is how you earn inner strength that cannot be taken away. This is why people misread your discipline as extremity. They see you taking cold showers, hitting the gym when tired, saying no to junk food, limiting screen time, having hard conversations, waking up early, building habits without applause. They assume you're trying to impress someone, but you're not. You're preparing yourself. You're building immunity to weakness. You're strengthening your focus, your resolve, your mind. And while they may laugh, question, or gossip, they secretly admire it. Deep down, they wish they had the same courage to step outside their comfort zone. Deep down, they know comfort has been stealing their potential. So choose discomfort deliberately, not to prove anything to others, but to expand who you are. Choose the cold instead of the warm. Choose discipline instead of impulse. Choose the challenge instead of the shortcut. Because the moment you stop living for comfort and start living for growth, your life changes. And yes, some people will think you're crazy, but the ones who understand discipline will recognize the truth. Discomfort is the price of greatness, and you are willing to pay it. 4. Your calm, controlled reactions. Make people think you're different. One of the most misunderstood forms of discipline is emotional discipline. People expect you to react the way they do, impulsively, loudly, dramatically. They expect you to defend yourself immediately, argue back, take things personally, or collapse under stress. But when you don't, when you remain calm while they panic, when you pause instead of attack, when you breathe instead of explode, when you choose reason instead of impulse, they don't know what to do with you. Your composure feels unnatural to them, almost unsettling, almost intimidating. Most people are addicted to emotional chaos. They live in a constant loop of overthinking, overreacting, and oversharing. They let fear, anger, jealousy, frustration, and comparison pull them in every direction. Their emotions control their schedule, their choices, their relationships, and their self-worth. So when they meet someone who doesn't operate that way, someone who is steady, grounded, and centered, they interpret the difference as coldness. They assume you don't feel anything. But the truth is, you feel deeply. You just don't let feelings rule you. Stoics mastered this long before modern psychology. They understood that a person who controls their reactions controls their life. Marcus Aurelius taught that the harm is not in the event, but in the judgment we place on it. Epictetus insisted that no one can disturb your peace unless you allow it. When you live by these truths, you naturally begin to respond differently, slowly, thoughtfully, intentionally. And that shift is powerful enough to make people question you. Think about a time someone tried to provoke you. Maybe they raised their voice, criticized you unfairly, or threw negativity your way. In the past, you might have fought back immediately or let it ruin your whole day, but now, you pause, you breathe, you observe, you choose your response. You refuse to let the moment hijack your inner world. Watching this level of control confuses people who rely on emotional chaos to feel powerful. Your calm steals their fuel, your stillness breaks their script, and your discipline resets the entire dynamic. People call you emotionless because they can't imagine having this much command over their thoughts. They call you robotic because they mistake emotional intelligence for emotional absence. They call you too serious because they don't understand how much energy is wasted on unnecessary reactions. But emotional discipline is not suppression, it's strategy. It's strength disguised as quiet. It's wisdom in motion. It's choosing not to bleed for battles that don't matter. And this skill changes your entire life. You stop fighting over trivial things. You stop explaining yourself to the wrong people. You stop trying to win meaningless arguments. You stop letting people pull you into their storms. Instead, you pull them into your calm. This is why emotional discipline is rare. It requires training, self-awareness, and patience. It demands that you rise above your impulses, not sink into them. It forces you to build a mind strong enough to lead your emotions instead of follow them. So don't worry if people don't understand your calm. Don't worry if they misinterpret your composure. Don't worry if they label your emotional control as something unusual. What they call different, the Stoics called mastery. And what others see as strange, you will one day recognize as your greatest source of power. 5. Discipline eliminates excuses, and that makes you intimidating. There is a moment in your journey when you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop saying, "I'll try." Stop saying, "Maybe tomorrow." Stop saying, "I'm too busy." And you replace all of it with one quiet, powerful truth. I will do it. That moment changes everything. Because while most people build their identity around excuses, you build yours around execution. And when someone lives without excuses, they become unstoppable. And to others, a little frightening. Most people don't realize how deeply excuses shape their lives. Excuses justify procrastination. Excuses mask fear. Excuses protect comfort. Excuses make failure feel acceptable. They create a false sense of safety where nothing is required, nothing is challenged, nothing grows. So when you show up consistently, without complaining, without hesitation, without waiting for the right mood, your very existence exposes the illusion they live in. Marcus Aurelius taught that a person should waste no time arguing what a good person should be. Just be one. Applied to discipline, this means stop talking about being committed, motivated, or focused. Just act like someone who is. It is this simplicity, this lack of excuses, that people are not used to. They rely on explanations to justify their lack of action. You rely on action to justify your progress. Think about how often people try to pull you into their world of excuses. Skip the gym today. You deserve a break. Let's do it tomorrow. No rush. Why are you pushing yourself so hard? These questions aren't really about you. They're about them trying to maintain comfort, avoid comparison, and protect their fragile self-discipline. When you refuse to participate in that mindset, when you stay disciplined even when invited to be average, people don't know how to respond. They assume you're obsessed, that you're overdoing it, that you think you're better than them. But in truth, you're simply choosing not to live at the mercy of your excuses anymore. Your discipline becomes a mirror, and not everyone likes their reflection. This is why highly disciplined people often drift away from certain circles. Not because they are arrogant, but because their presence disrupts the group's unspoken agreement. We won't push ourselves too hard, so none of us feels uncomfortable. When you break that agreement, you break the dynamic, and suddenly you're the crazy one, the extreme one, the too serious one. But the labels mean nothing. They're just camouflage for insecurity. Real discipline feels insane to anyone who has relied on excuses for too long. When you stop explaining yourself, When you stop justifying your choices, when you stop apologizing for wanting more, you reclaim the time and mental bandwidth that excuses used to steal from you. This is where transformation happens. Not in motivation, not in inspiration, in refusal. The refusal to betray yourself with excuses. So the next time someone asks why you're so committed, so strict, so intense, you don't need to give a speech. You don't need to defend your standards. You don't need to justify your goals. Just smile and keep moving. Because discipline doesn't need explanation. It only needs consistency. And the people who once called you crazy will eventually call you something else. Focused, driven, unstoppable. 6. People call you crazy at first, then genius. Later. Every disciplined person goes through the same predictable cycle. In the beginning, no one understands what you're doing. They question your methods, they laugh at your routines, they criticize your commitment, and they doubt your decisions. You become the outsider, the one who works when others relax, the one who plans when others drift, the one who grows when others complain. To them, your discipline looks unnecessary, excessive, even irrational. They call you obsessed. They call you too serious. They call you crazy. But here's the twist. The moment your results become undeniable, everything changes. Suddenly, the same people who doubted you begin to ask how you did it. The same people who mocked you begin to admire you. The same people who told you to slow down now ask for advice. It's not that you changed overnight. It's that your consistency finally produced visible proof. And people respect what they can measure, not what they can't understand. This is why Stoicism teaches you to act from principle, not praise. Epictetus said that if you want to improve, you must be willing to be laughed at first. Why? Because the beginning of discipline always looks strange to those who have never practiced it. Most people crave quick rewards, instant comfort, and shortcuts. They do not understand long-term thinking, delayed gratification, or the quiet grind of repetition. So when you commit to something they aren't willing to do, they project their limitations onto you. Imagine someone training alone at dawn, someone reading when others scroll, someone saving money while others overspend, someone saying no to temptations everyone else says yes to. At first, it looks like overkill, but slowly, separation grows. Their body changes. Their finances improve. Their mind sharpens. Their energy rises. Their life expands, and this triggers a deep shift. What once seemed crazy now looks like discipline, focus, wisdom. People don't resist your discipline because it's wrong. They resist it because it forces them to confront their own choices. Your consistency highlights their inconsistency. Your commitment exposes their lack of direction. Your long-term mindset makes their short-term habits impossible to ignore. And yet, despite their initial discomfort, people always come around, because results silence doubt. Results convert skeptics. Results make people redefine what is normal. When your life becomes living proof of what discipline can build, no one questions your methods anymore. They question their own. This is why you must stay patient. Growth is slow. Recognition is slower. Understanding is almost always delayed. But results arrive exactly on time. And when they do, they rewrite the narrative. You are not crazy. You are early. You are consistent. You are committed. So let people misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Let them laugh, doubt, gossip, or label you. None of it matters. Because you are not working for applause. You are working for transformation. And transformation always feels invisible until the day it becomes undeniable. Keep going. One day, the world will give you a new title, not crazy, but disciplined, driven, brilliant, or even exceptional. But by then, you won't be chasing their approval. You'll know the truth. Your discipline was always the genius, and your results were always the proof. 7-day crazy discipline reset that rewires your entire life. When people look at someone disciplined, they often imagine an overnight transformation, as if you woke up one morning with perfect habits, laser focus, and unshakable willpower. But discipline isn't built in a day, it's built by days. 7 days stacked with intention can shift the entire trajectory of your life. Not because 7 days is enough to master discipline, but because 7 days is enough to prove to yourself that you can change, and that the person you want to become is already inside you, waiting for repetition and structure. This reset isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. It's about creating a rhythm so strong that excuses lose their power. It's about building a foundation so solid that people start noticing something different in you. Something sharper, steadier, stronger. And yes, they may call it crazy discipline, but once you finish these 7 days, you'll know it's simply self-respect in action. Here's how the reset works. Day 1. Digital detox for 2 hours. The world is drowning in noise. Notifications, opinions, ads, endless distraction. Your mind has no room to think, to breathe, to focus. Start your reset by reclaiming your attention. 2 hours without your phone or social media will feel strange at first, almost uncomfortable. But that discomfort is clarity returning. You're training your brain to live without dependency on stimulation. Most people can't do this for 10 minutes. You'll do it for 2 hours because you're building a mind that listens to itself, not to the world. Day 2. Wake up early. Cold exposure. The world worships comfort. You're breaking the pattern. Waking up early signals your brain that you are in command, and cold exposure forces your mind into discipline instantly. It teaches you the most important rule of Stoic training. Do the difficult thing first. When you start the day by defeating resistance, the rest of the day becomes easy in comparison. Day 3. 60 minutes of deep work. 1 hour. No distractions, no multitasking, no noise. Just you and a single task that matters. Deep work is a superpower in a world where everyone's attention is fractured. In this hour, you're not just producing work, you're strengthening your ability to focus, which becomes the root of every disciplined habit you build. Day 4. Eat clean plus. Skip 1. Comfort. Discipline is not only in the mind, it shows up in your choices. Eating clean isn't about dieting, it's about ownership of your body. Skipping one comfort, junk food, sugar, late-night snacking, is a symbolic declaration. I control myself. Most people don't realize how often they eat out of emotion or boredom. You will eat with intention. Day 5. No complaining for 24 hours. This is harder than it sounds. Complaining is the language of powerlessness. It drains energy, weakens resolve, and reinforces victimhood. Going a full day without complaining rewires your mindset toward responsibility. You begin to see solutions instead of problems, action instead of excuses. Day 6. 2 hours of silent evening. No talking, no noise, no screens, just silence. This is mental weightlifting. It forces you to face your thoughts instead of running from them. Most people cannot sit with themselves for even 5 minutes. You'll sit for 2 hours. In that silence, clarity emerges. Priorities sharpen. Inner strength grows. Day 7. Create your 12-month discipline. Vision. The final day is about direction. Write down who you want to become in 1 year, mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. Then list the habits, routines, and systems that will get you there. Discipline becomes unstoppable when it is tied to identity. This vision becomes your compass. At the end of these 7 days, you will feel different, act different, think different. Not because you've become someone else, but because you finally stripped away everything that kept you from rising. People may call it crazy, but you will call it clarity. And clarity is the birthplace of unstoppable discipline. Discipline isn't about being perfect. It isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about choosing every single day to rise a little higher than your excuses, your comfort, and your old patterns. If you've followed this journey through all 7 parts, you already know. Discipline is not something other people hand you. It's something you claim for yourself through silence, consistency, challenge, emotional control, and the courage to keep going even when no one understands you. People may call you obsessed, they may call you extreme, they may call you crazy, but one day they will call you unstoppable. Because the life you build through discipline becomes the kind of life that speaks louder than any explanation, any debate, any rejection. If this message inspired you, make sure to like this video, share it, and comment, "I choose discipline." And don't forget to subscribe. More Stoic wisdom is coming your way. Your transformation has already begun. Keep going,